may have noticed this before. You go to a shopping center and you see handicapped spaces, but in those spaces are vehicles that aren't supposed to be there. Hi, I'm Shawn Hara, and this is Living in Longview, and we're going to be with Misty Ryan today with the Longview Police Department talking about a program to deal with those kinds of issues. Misty, thanks for being with us.
Not a problem.
So, you have a program within the police department that involves actually writing tickets for people that are improperly parked in handicapped spaces. Tell us a little bit about that program and what it is, how it got started.
That program is called the Accessible Parking Enforcement Program. It actually has volunteers that write tickets whenever they find a violation, meaning having a no plate, no placard, or parked in what we call the architectural improvement. They see these violations and then they're able to write tickets for that.
And if you get a ticket for doing that, it can be very expensive, right?
It can be. It is $500 by the state.
And if you get that $500 ticket, what are your options on that?
Options are you can either take it to court, either have a jury trial or a bench trial, or you can pay the ticket outright. There are only 3 options to get that ticket taken care of.
And it's an expensive ticket and it can't be lowered, that's what you're saying?
That is correct. By state, it cannot be lowered. It is $500 no matter what.
So probably the best advice to somebody is just what? Just don't park in one of these spaces unless you have the right credentials?
Exactly, that is correct. Either you have your placard displayed properly, or your handicap plates. Don't park in the striped areas, which is the architectural improvement. Just park like you're supposed to.
All right, well, we're outside here in between the police department and City Hall, and we've actually got some city vehicles that we've brought out as examples here to show some of the issues. So I guess let's take a look at some of these. Okay. And the first one here, it's somebody that's parked. Actually, they were trying to, I guess, park in a regular space, but they're here on the stripe. And so is that okay?
That is not okay. That is actually parked in an architectural improvement or an architectural way. That means that they can get a citation because they, one, don't have a handicap plate or placard, but then the main thing is that they are parked to where the handicapped person that is exiting the vehicle will not be able to get out.
Right, and that's a big deal if you're talking about somebody who wants to park in the space next to it, and if they're in a wheelchair, they wouldn't be able to properly exit because now you're blocking their exit path. All right, so then that's if you're just parked there on the stripe area. And then we have another example here, and this is someone who's parked just in a regular space, but I guess they don't have the placard, they don't have anything else, right?
That is correct.
All right.
If they don't have a handicap plate, which the state will issue either a plate, sets of plates and a placard, or 2 placards. That way if somebody else is driving somebody, they can have a placard as well. So say if grandma's being driven around by grandson, they can have a placard to be able to hang up. So in this case, there is neither the plate or placard or, on the dash, anything like that, so they can get a ticket as well.
So these are probably the 2 primary things you see, I would guess, is somebody who's parking in a space without a placard, or they're encroaching onto the space. Yeah. Finally, we have another example here, and this vehicle is parked crooked, but they do have the placard, and it's in the window. Okay. Does it have to be on the mirror, or where can it be placed?
It just recently changed to where no, they do not actually have to have it on the mirror. They can be in the dash, just to where it's visible. Make sure that the plate and the placard there can actually show the expiration date. And that's the most important thing, just to where it's not slid down to where somebody can't see that. But yeah, it can be on the dash. All
right, well, thank you for spending time with us. Is there anything else you want people to know about why this is so important?
Most of the things I can say is most important is that, everybody in the handicap or the disabled person, just give them access to be able to get in and out with their wheelchairs, accessible devices, things like that. Just try to pay attention whenever you park in the areas to not impede on somebody else's ability to do that.
All right, well, thank you very much. Well, we hope you learned a little bit of something, but most importantly, we hope that as you go to shopping centers or any location throughout Longview, you'll take consideration for those people that need access to these accessible parking places. Please don't park over the line, and if you don't have a placard, please leave those for people that need those spaces. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Living in Longview.